Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you're passionate about coins, their history, or you just love collecting, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving deep into the Australia 10-cent coin from 1972. We'll explore its circulated value, history, and why it's a fascinating piece of numismatic history. So make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. The 10-cent coin from Australia, first introduced in 1966, has been a staple of everyday transactions. But today we're focusing on the 1972 version of this coin. It's a perfect example of Australia's rich coinage history. The Australian 10-cent coin is part of a decimal system that replaced the pre-decimal currency. The 10-cent coin, weighing just 2.2 grams, has a diameter of 19.41 mil and is made of copronical, giving it a nice, shiny look. The coin features an iconic design that has been a symbol of Australia for decades. On the obverse side of the coin, we have the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the British artist Mary Gillick. This image has been used on Australian coins since 1953, and it's seen in various iterations over the years. In 1972, we still have that classic youthful portrait of the Queen, Australia. Around the rim, on the reverse side, we have an image of a kangaroo, which is one of Australia's national symbols. This side of the coin was designed by the famous Australian artist Stuart Devlin. The kangaroo is depicted in a natural stance, symbolizing both the country's wildlife and national identity. Above the kangaroo, you'll see the value 10 cents, along with the year of mintage, 1972, placed at the bottom. Now let's talk about the value of this coin today. The Australia 10-cent 1972 coin has a circulated value that largely depends on its condition and demand among collectors. In general, most circulated 1972 cent coins will have a modest value, usually around 10 to 20 cents AUD, which is very close to its face value. However, coins in very good or uncirculated condition can fetch higher prices, as will convertible coins, of which there are more than 1 million in the United States. For example, an uncirculated 1972 coin may be valued at $1 to $2 AUD or more, especially if it's from a specific minting year or has any unique characteristics that make it rare. If you have a pristine uncirculated 1972 cent coin, it could be worth a little more, as collectors often seek coins in excellent condition. Coins with slight minting errors can also attract a premium, so always check the edges and details to see if anything stands out. Let's talk about the mintage of the 10-cent coin in 1972. The Royal Australian Mint produced a considerable number of these coins, so it's not a particularly rare issue. Approximately 87 million 10-cent coins were minted in 1972, which means the coin is quite common in circulation today. That is, when fewer than 50,000 coins were minted in 1972. However, as with any coin, the rarer and more limited edition ones with unusual features will always have a higher value. While the 1972 coin isn't rare by itself, it does hold a place in Australian numismatic history as part of the coinage system that replaced the old pre-decimal currency. Now, let's talk about how you can check your own 1972 cent coin and potentially find a hidden gem. First, always check the overall condition. Coins with little wear and tear are more desirable. The second thing to look for is any noticeable mint errors, like double strikes or off-center designs. These types of defects can make a coin more valuable to collectors. Here's a pro tip. If you notice something unusual or a unique characteristic in your coin, such as a misaligned design or a double date, it's worth having it professionally appraised. Even if it looks a bit worn, rare features can still increase its value. For collectors, Australian coins like the 10-cent 1972 coin are a small but meaningful part of a much larger collection. These coins are often used in typesets, which feature a specific example of every type of coin minted by the country over the years. It's a fantastic addition for anyone building a collection of Australian currency. If you're just starting out with Australian coins, the 1972 cent coin is a great piece to include in your collection. It's affordable, easily found, and a representation of the country's transition into decimal currency. To wrap up, the Australia 10-cent coin from 1972 is a great piece of Australian numismatic history. It holds value, especially in excellent condition, and is an important part of Australia's post-decimal coinage system. Whether you're a collector or just have a few laying around in your pocket change, now you know more about its value and significance. The Australia 10-cent coin has an interesting history that ties into the country's transition to decimal currency. Let's explore its background and significance, particularly focusing on the 1972 coin. Before 1966, Australia used the British-style pre-decimal currency, which included pounds, shillings, and pence. This system was in place since Australia's establishment as a British colony in 1788. However, in 1966, Australia made the bold decision to switch to a decimal system, which was based on the dollar and cent. This move was part of a global trend, as many countries, including the United States, had already adopted a decimal currency system. To accompany this change, new coins were introduced, including the 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, and 50-cent coins. These coins were part of the first series of decimal coins released in 1966. The 10-cent coin was one of the key denominations, and it played an important role in the everyday transactions of Australians raising remain. 1966 until 1984, the design of the 10-cent coin remained relatively consistent. The coin featured Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Mary Gillick. The reverse side of the coin showed the kangaroo, an iconic national symbol of Australia, designed by Stuart Devlin, who is known for his detailed and iconic designs on Australian coin. The design of the kangaroo on the reverse side remained unchanged for many years, with the 1972 version maintaining the same style. The kangaroo is depicted standing, emphasizing Australia's rich wildlife. This design helped establish the 10-cent coin as a recognizable and integral part of Australia's currency. The Australia 10-cent coin from 1972 was minted as part of the standard annual production of coins. Approximately 87 million of these coins were produced, meaning that it is not considered rare by any means. The 1972 issue was identical in design to the 1966 version, with the Queen's portrait on the obverse and the kangaroo on the reverse. However, over time, the coin became an important collectible for numismatists and coin enthusiasts. The 1972 coin holds historical value as part of the early years of decimalization, marking a critical point in Australia's financial history. The Royal Australia Mint, which opened in 1965, was responsible for minting most of Australia's coinage, including the 1972 cent coin. The Australia 10-cent coin from 1972 is more than just a piece of currency. It's a representation of Australia's transition to a new monetary system and its identity as a modern nation. Paired with the introduction of decimal currency, solidified this coin as an enduring symbol of Australian numismatic history. While not extremely rare, it remains a valuable piece for collectors and history enthusiasts alike. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow collectors, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this one. We'll see you next time, and happy collecting.